Or you might be looking to learn something, and there are a few ways to go about it. One way is with a book. And that certainly works for some people, but for some people it's not their cup of tea. I mean, look at this brute. It's got to be 900 pages. You might prefer something more interactive, and there is such a thing. It's Lynda.com, and that's what we're doing today on Digital Services Digitally.
Ah, yes, Lynda.com. Do you know the tale? It is passed down through the ages by bards such as myself, who sing the ancient song of the lust for power and gold of the House of Gates, and how it was laid low by the stalwart resistance of the public libraries. It's a real scorcher. Once there was Lynda.com, which offered video courses on various subjects relating to tech, business, and creativity. Libraries liked it and subscribed on behalf of their patrons so that they could offer so helpful and valuable a resource. In 2015, Lynda.com was devoured by LinkedIn, a ruthless, pushy, pestering, invasive data mining operation masquerading as a business-focused social network, if I may editorialize, and rebranded LinkedIn Learning. In 2016, LinkedIn was devoured in turn by an even larger corporate behemoth, Microsoft. At the behest of its burgeoning superstructure of corporate overlords, Lynda.com started being, from a library perspective, naughty. In 2019, innocent library patrons who just wanted to use the Lynda.com service suddenly found themselves set up with LinkedIn accounts. You know, the ones that spam your email box with requests to connect to some other doofus you barely know, publicly searchable, I didn't ask for this, LinkedIn accounts. Libraries were all, oh, heck no. And the American Library Association spat some rhymes on the mic denouncing LinkedIn, and we, along with many libraries across the land, were all, roll this nonsense back or we walk. And LinkedIn was all, walk, we don't care. We're big and rich. And libraries walked. We canceled our subscriptions and said, patron privacy matters to us. Because it does. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. But almost every entity you interact with in the modern world is profiling you and drilling into your private business and packaging you for sale or for targeting. Libraries don't, and libraries won't. I guess the loss of library business did hurt them because along came the COVID pandemic to really sharpen the point, and LinkedIn rolled back the changes libraries found so offensive. You can once again use Lynda.com without inviting a surveilling snake into your bed with you. At least in this particular interaction. If you're interested in opting out of some of the relentless tracking that goes on everywhere else in the world, take a look at some class handouts from the digital literacy classes I taught at the library in the before times. Anyway, maybe this isn't the most dramatic tale of the underdog finally triumphing in the end, but I am glad it worked out this way, because Lynda.com or LinkedIn Learning or whatever it ends up calling itself is a pretty great resource. Let's go take a look at it. You recognize this, I'm sure. It's millvalleylibrary.org. Let's find Lynda. We'll go to Books, Movies, and More. And under Articles, Databases, and Learning, there's Lynda.com. All right, but we can't go directly to Lynda.com. Just slow your roll, take a cold shower, and let's process this page, shall we? First, we should check our home library. Now, you guys have had it pretty easy during this week of Digital Services Daily because the resources I've been showing you are not individual library resources. They're just provided to everyone. But Lynda.com is one of the ones that libraries subscribe to individually, so it does matter what your actual home library is. And if you run into weird problems, I'd think about this first. You can use this handy tool here to check your home library. I'll use my card and see that, look, I belong to the Mill Valley Public Library. Now that I know that, I can follow the Mill Valley Lynda link. If any branch of the Marin County Free Library came back as my library, I'd follow this link. And if it's some other library, go and contact them. See what they've got for you. All right, here we go. In go my card number and pin. All right, here we go. Look at this. Here we are. On the main screen here, what am I looking at? I can see popular learning paths. What do you want to get out of this? As I said, a lot of these are tech, business, and creative, where tech kind of intersects with that focused. Things like become a programmer, that's pretty straightforward. IT security specialist, Windows system administrator, digital marketing, small business owner, graphic designer or motion graphics artist, which both of those fields today also involve a lot of tech. And if you are one of those in one of those fields, but do need to brush up on the tech, this is a great way to do it. Because what is Lynda exactly? Let's see. You know what? I've been wanting to up my motion graphics game. These are the animated titles and cute little dipsy doodles that fly around. See, I need to learn the lingo. It's not dipsy doodles, I'm sure. Imagine, perhaps you've gone to YouTube and cast around and tried to find someone who's a good instructor and offers enough content for free that you really learn something. And I have, it's my favorites. Some of my favorites, and when I'm trying to teach myself. But imagine if you could just get high quality, professionally taught courses that you can move through at your own pace. Well, you can. All right, let's take this path. I want to do it. I want to become a motion graphics artist. Let's see what the videos look like.
I'm Rob Garrett, a content manager here at LinkedIn Learning. If you're looking to become a motion graphics artist, to communicate using animation combined with graphic design techniques, or learn what it takes to make the unbelievable real using visual effects,
note that I get the transcript and he's, as he narrates it, we see it lit up here. First, we'll start with a look at just
what the phrase motion graphics means, and how the field of graphic design merged with animation and filmmaking to create an entirely new form of communication.
And over on the left, see all the upcoming videos and the topics, and you can set bookmarks and that kind of a thing too. Or leave yourself notes in the notebook. Head up to the top left here, hover over library, and you can get a sense of just how much there is here that you could learn about in 3D and animation and audio and music, recording to live sound, to all the various software programs you might use, business. Even if you're not a techie type person, I bet you do some business. And there's all kinds of topics underneath that. Computer-aided drafting, design, developer stuff, the various programming languages, education itself, K through 12 education, learning the software tools that are used in remote education, marketing, photography, either for business or for hobby, video. Maybe I should watch some of this. And web design. Oh God, I want to learn it all. All right, that was the top left. Let's look at the top right. This is where we'll manage our profile. We can set our interests and our contact information, that kind of stuff. Our playlists, the history of things we've watched. We can get certificates and set bookmarks. All here. Manage your account here. And down at the bottom, you can find your links for support. If something's not quite going right and you need some help from Lynda or LinkedIn or whatever it is. And then how do I do things like access offline viewing or fix playback issues if you're running into them. Well, I'm convinced. I've been meaning to learn more about coding and systems administration and video editing and color grading and home recording and, well, everything in the world for quite a while now. And now is the time to really do it. So if you'll excuse me, I've got a lot to learn.
In Visual Studio Code, I can use Command-T or Control-T on Windows and Linux to jump to functions defined in this file. So let's say I wanted to jump to Formatter. I can see it already, but it takes my cursor right to it.